Good morning all. Thank you 5 News Australia invite me. As we going through the COVID-19 pandemic, the world politics are also changing fast. In the past, it's always have in global political era superpower and satellite countries of superpower and oppressed nations. So that is changing now. The superpowerdom is vanishing from the world. And it's a fact that today US is not anymore superpower. The Cold War is continuing even though there is no USSR, since it is vanished, even though it was one of the powerful nations in up to 80s and 60s, between 60s and 80s, very powerful, and it's a challenge for America, and there was always a Cold War. That era is finished because there is no USSR exist today. So the people, the country and the leaders who think they can be, because of their military muscle, they can bully other nations, that era is finished. World is changing. Because now if you look at the Middle East politics is changing completely. For example, every war, America is involved, which is true. And in the Middle East, America has to leave sooner or later. And same time, America always politically benefited from war. And now the war is moving towards the subcontinental, which is more volatile because there are 3 atomic power there: India, Pakistan and China. And today, if you look at the situation in the mountain region of Himalaya, 2 most populous nations are Faceoff, China and India. And India is saying that China encroached their border, whereas China is saying India is doing aggressively militarizing the Ladakh. First of all, you have to understand Ladakh is part of Kashmir, and Kashmir is always a disputed area. It doesn't mean that 70 years India occupied, that doesn't mean that Ladakh and Kashmir belongs to India. It is still disputed. In 2019, August 5, India unilaterally abolished 370 Act, Article 370. Without any debate, without any consideration of peoples. And that changed again the situation, and that give free hand for any other nation can come and do that. And today what's happening in India, and I've said this before also, that because next American war will be against China and India will be involved. Because if you look at the economical war between China and America, it's going on for some times, and the economical imbalance between China and US is increasing, and China has become a mighty power in economic realm. At the same time, China is has the largest army in the world, and China is only spending second to America in their defense budget. And if you look at India, India is one of the largest army and one of the biggest power in the region, and they both have numerous nuclear weapons. And recently, if you look in the region, I mean when I'm saying the region is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, China, Bhutan, Burma, that's just the region, subcontinental, which is mainly British colonized some time ago. And if you look at the region, today, when you analyze what is happening in the mountain region and the conflict between China and India, India is rapidly isolating from the region. Because if you go to the last 70 years of history, when India was created from British colony, 1947, since then, India have a not very friendly relationship with its neighbor. India always have a warmongering political rhetoric against Pakistan, and India had an issue with China. In 1962, India attacked China, and badly defeated by Chinese army. And my coming article will be more highlighting those things. And then India interfered in East Pakistan and trained the so-called Liberation Front in Bangladesh and new partitioned Pakistan into Pakistan and Bangladesh. And it is not a secret that India's involvement in Sri Lanka and Nepal. Nepal was a kingdom, and in 1990s it became a more democratic nation. And there's a conflict going on between India and Nepal. Because in 1962, when India-China conflict started, India and Nepal was very friendly country. Even today, India and Nepal share many things because the citizen can travel without passport. They can live in each country without passport or visa. They can even work. So Nepal and India has a very friendly relationship. And people share many common things, religion, etc. But in 1962, when India-China conflict started, India requested Nepal, that time Nepal was ruled by kingdom, asked a specific border place to settle, not really settle, but army deployment and use that part of land. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name at the moment, but in my article it will be clearly written. And that part, the king allowed India to use that part to wage war against China. What happened was, India never gave up that land. India established its permanent army camps there. Now, that time people got no voice in the kingdom. Now, 1990, Nepal became a democratic country, and now the prime minister is there, who is elected by government, public, through election. And now the government is the people of Nepal asking, this is our land, hang on, give it to us. That is why Nepal is, that's why the dispute at the moment. And the dispute will further deteriorate the relationship between Nepal and India, because now China is there and the collaboration between China and Nepal is more stronger than ever. And on other side, Pakistan and China has very collaborative relationship, economical and logistic relationship. They have making roads and particularly after CPAC. So that make these three nations more common interest. And of course, Bangladesh and India still have a good bilateral relationship, but it will deteriorate because of many other issues, because China is more influential in the region than India, and Chinese Navy is strongly deployed and significantly evident in Indian Ocean. I think it is in Bengal Ocean, close to the Bengal. And if you come back to the Sri Lanka, there is lots of issues with Sri Lanka. So India is really isolating at this stage. So India should be working collaboratively in a friendly manner with Pakistan and China and Bangladesh and Nepal to make a peace. So the ball is on India's ground, and India has to play wisely. And I hope the people of India will force their governments stop warmongering against its neighborhood, and peace. War never win. Nobody wins through war. So only war brings body back and make widows. So no country won any war. Only the leaders and politicians won elections through war. People never win a war. So a peace better than without a war, which will last for longer. And I hope there will be no war especially in the region. Thank you very much for listening to me.